press the bell icon on the YouTube app and never miss another update.
Hello dear students, we have been discussing about the chapter changes around us. In the previous class we learnt about the different types of changes. See, some of the changes are natural, some of them are artificial or man-made. Some are the fast and some are the slow in changes, and some of them are periodic and non-periodic, reversible as well as the irreversible change. So that there are different types of changes we will learn. In today's class we will start about the physical change as well as the chemical change. See, physical changes are those changes where the new properties will not form and the new product is also not formed. See, the remain as it is, the change which remains as it is, and there is no property will be changed and no product will be formed, and such a changes are called as physical change. See, physical changes are those changes where no new substance are formed, no new substance formed and properties remains same are called as physical change. See, physical change are those change where no new substance will be formed and properties remain same. See, properties is nothing but the shape, appearance, etc. Hardness will not change, and such a change or changes are called as physical change or physical changes. Consider, in a beaker we have to take small quantity of water in which we have to add a solute particle like salt or any sugar particles we have to add and stir it well. After that, after stirring, the salt will completely dissolve and disappear in the water. If we heat the content in a beaker, then till the water gets evaporated and leaving behind the solute particle. See this one is an example of a physical change where no new substance is formed. As salt is already present in them, if we heat the content, the water will get evaporates and leaving behind the salt. Once again we can collect the water by the process of condensation. See, this is how where the water vapors is get converted into liquid form on cooling. See, this is how we can say that physical change here no new substance will be formed and here no properties and the properties also remain same. See, this is one of the example of a physical change, and the next one is the chemical change. See here, chemical change. See, in chemical change, new substance with the new properties is formed. A change which is taking place where the new substance is formed and the new properties will be formed, and this is known as chemical change. Consider example for the chemical change is the burning of paper. See, this is one of the example of a chemical change where the new substance with the new properties is formed. See, burning of the paper is one of the example of a chemical change. See, how means First we take the paper, and if we light up the paper, it will start burning, and the ash after start burning, the paper will be burning continuously, and later ash is obtained. From the ash we can't go back to the original paper. See, this is how the chemical change will be takes place, where new substance here is the ash, and the form and the properties will be changed. See, properties, texture and also appearance will be changed. The ash will become the very smooth, and the properties is nothing but the appearance, texture, hardness and the size will be changed. See, this is the properties of a change, properties of a substance. See, in chemical change, new substance with the new properties are formed. Burning of the paper is one of the example of a chemical change, where the burning paper, the ash is obtained. After that paper is burned, the ash is obtained, which is having the different properties, and different properties nothing but the size, texture, appearance will be changed. And see, that is why we call it as a chemical change. As a example for chemical change is the burning of the paper. Here new substance with the new properties are formed. This is how chemical change will be takes place. Example for the chemical changes are cooking the food. See, when the while the cooking the food, we can say that there is a changes will be occur, and those changes is nothing but the chemical change, where we can't go back to the original rice. Consider if boiled rice is there, then the change will be occur, and those change is nothing but the chemical changes will be occur. And later if we take the boiled rice and we can't make into the original rice, this is one of the example of a chemical change, where the smoothness will be as a property will be appear, smoothness and the texture and the size will become the different. This is one of the example of a chemical change. And next we shall move on to the effects of heat on changes. See, when you heard the word heat, what comes in your mind? You think that warm or something hot, is it not? See, heat is a form of energy Heat is a form of energy. When we heat a substance, it gains energy and its changes will be occur. Substance gains energy on heating. Say, heat is a form of energy. When substance is heated, it gains energy and changes will be takes place, and these changes are of different types, in which first one is the change in the size of an object. Change in the size of an object. See, this is one of the changes. On heating the substance, it will gain the energy and changes will be occur, and these changes is categorized into different types. In which first one is the change in the size of an object. On heating the particular metal or any iron article, the expansion phenomenon will be takes place, and the subject and the object is said to be expanded. See, I will write here. See, in this heading, 2 points will be comes under this heading. One is the expansion and another one is the contraction. See, on heating the metal items, the substance will be expanded, and that process is known as expansion. On heating, the substance, size increases. On heating a particular substance, size will be increases and their expansion will be takes place. And the object is said to be expanded. See, in the first heading, change in the size of an object. Here in this heading, expansion as well as the contraction will be comes. See, expansion is nothing but while heating particular substance, the size will be increases, and this is known as expansion. See, on heating the substance, size will be increases and this process is known as expansion, and the object is said to be expanded. Consider an iron article. If we heat the iron article will become the increases its size, and thereby we can say that expansion process will be takes place, and that iron article acts as a expanded object. See, expanded object. See, this is how the change in the size of an object on heating. The expansion as well as the contraction phenomenon will takes place in the solid, liquid and the gas, all the three states of matter. One by one we will discuss here. See, in solid, most of the solid objects are expanded on heating and remains convex to the original position or original size on cooling. See, this is how expansion and the contraction will be takes place. For example, consider the key. Consider this is key. Consider this one is the lock and here is the key. See, in solid, see, lock and key both are the solid. As I told you, on most of the solid objects will be expanded on heating, and on cooling it will come back to the original size. See, for example, if we heat the key to the red hot, then it will expand it and it will not get fixed into the lock. See, this is how we can say that lock will be on heating, the key will become the expanded, and on cooling the key will come back to the original size, so that it will fix into the key completely, lock into completely. On heating, see, consider one more lock. I will write the diagram here. See, this is how on heating the key will expand it so that it won't be fixed into the lock, and on cooling it easily fit it in the lock. See, in solid most of the solid objects will expanded on heating and come back to the original size on cooling. See, one more example is there. See, this is the one of the example of a solid objects. See, consider a metal rim and here is the wooden wheel of a cart. See, in solid one more example is there. See, consider this is a wooden wheel of a cart. Cart is the bullock cart like that. See, wooden wheel of a cart, and this one is the metal rim. If we fix the wooden wheel of a cart into the metal rim, it is impossible to fix the metal rim on the wooden wheel of a cart. So, that is why people what they do, first the metal rim will be heated and it will expand it so that easily can be immersed into the wooden wheel, and on heating it will expand it so that easily immerse the wooden wheel into the metal rim, and afterwards when the metal rim will become the cool, it will completely fix into the come back to the original size so that the metal wheel so that the wooden wheel will be completely fixed into the metal rim. See, like that. On cooling. On cooling, the metal rim comes back to the original size so that the wooden wheel of a cart will fixes completely. See, this is one of the example of a solid object where the size of an object will be increases on heating, and on cooling the size of a object will be shrinks and comes back to the original size. This is one of the example of a size of an object on heating due to the expansion as well as the contraction. See, next we shall move on to the one more example. You have seen a frying pan in your home. Here is the metal rim. See, here the pan which is made up of a metal handle, and here this is the metal handle, and this one is the wooden handle. See, this is one of the example of a solid. See, it is impossible to fix the wooden handle into the metal handle of a pan. So, that is why the metal handle will be heated so that the handle will becomes the expand, and later if we immerse the wooden handle into the metal handle, it will completely fix up. On cooling, it will contract so that it will be fixed up completely. See, like that. See, this is one of the example of a change in size on heating as well as on cooling. On heating, the metal handle will becomes the expanded, and later it on cooling we will fix up this wooden handle into the metal handle. Later on cooling, it comes back to the original size, so that the metal handle will fixes the wooden handle completely. And this is how we can say that in solid, most of the solid objects will expand on heating and it comes back to the original size on cooling, that means contraction. See, next we shall move on to the liquid. See, next we shall move on to the liquid. Perhaps you have seen in your home your mother preparing milk for you. If you not turn the milk, it will spill out from the container, and later the milk will be spill out from the container and fall on the ground. See, if you turn off the flame, the milk will be gets heated, and on heating the molecules which are milk molecules will becomes the heated, and thereby the milk will be spill out from the container. See, on heating in liquid also the molecules will become expanded, thereafter it will spill out from the container. So, this experiment or this activity shows that on heating the liquid molecules also expanded, and on cooling the molecules will become the same position or same level, the milk will be formed. See, this is how we can say that in liquid, contraction as well as the expansion process taking place in liquid also. See, this is the container where you put the milk, and on heating the molecules of the milk will start moving, and afterwards if you not turn off the flame, the molecules of the milk will spill out from the container, and if you turn off the flame, then the milk will come back to the original level. See, this is how this activity tells us the expansion as well as the contraction process. And next one is the last states of a matter, that is gas. See, for example, see balloon, you fill up the balloon, here you have to fill up, and afterwards you keep the balloon under the bright sun. See, consider this balloon. Consider a balloon. If you fill up the balloon with the air and keep this balloon under the sunlight, bright sunlight, the molecules of air which is present inside the balloon will start moving, and afterwards if you keep continuously under the sun, the balloon will become burst due to the expansion of the molecules which are present in the balloon. Instead of this, you keep the balloon in the shadow place, you can see that it comes back to the original place and it will becomes the inflated. And this is how we can say that in gases also expansion phenomenon as well as the contraction phenomenon will be takes place. And next we shall move on to the change in the hardness of an object. See, this is all about the states of matter where expansion, contraction will be takes place by, as I told you, by giving the example. And the next one is the second one, change in hardness of an object. See, in this heading we can say that change in the hardness of an object. On heating, the changes will be appear in the substance. For example, have you ever seen blacksmith beating an iron article? See, he will beat the iron articles and see the iron articles will heated up to the red hot. Iron article or the iron article, the blacksmith will heat it to the till the red hot, and when the articles will become the red hot, he will beaten with the hard substance so that they can mold it and give shapes to any particular instrument, and he will give the shape of different types. See, this is one of the example of a change in the hardness of an object. See, hardness will changes into the soft when the blacksmith beating an iron article, before that he will keep the iron articles in the hot condition, or he will giving heat to the iron article till the red hot, and then the iron will become very soft and smooth and later the iron articles can easily molded and use them to different shape. And next one is the change in the physical state. Change in physical state. As I told you many times that ice is get converted into water, from water get converted into gas. See, change in the physical state of an object is, on heating the ice is get converted into water. On heating again, if we heat the water, then it will convert it into gas. See, this is how expansion will be takes place. On heating, the changes physical state of a ice will becomes the liquid, and liquid upon heating it will convert into gases or gaseous state. And on cooling, the gas is converted into water by means of the process condensation, where the water vapors get converted into water on cooling, and like that on cooling the water, and if we freeze the water, then again it will convert it into the ice. See, this is how we can say that both the expansion as well as the contraction phenomenon takes place in here also. See, this is all about the changes which are taking place, in which effects of the change, effects of the heat on changes we studied by considering the different states of the matter, like solid, liquid as well as the gas. In solid, expansion and the contraction takes place, and in liquid also, and in gases also. And next one is the change in the hardness of an object, in which blacksmith beating an iron article, the iron article upon heating it will becomes the smooth, and later they will mold by considering the different shape. And next one is the change in the physical state, when ice get converted into water, and again water is get converted into gas by means of heating. And in the irreversible change, where gas is converted into water by means of process known as condensation, where gas is converted into water and water is again converted into ice by means of freezing. See, this is how we can say that on cooling also contraction will be takes place, on heating the expansion will be takes place. So, here the lesson will be stop. I will stop the lesson here. Let us wind up the class here. In next class we will learn about some more concept. Thank you.